This is Raven's Bane on normal and hard. Actually, I'm not going to buff. I'm just going to bring my hireling out.
Giant bramble walls and dense banks of mist surround this
Want to run
swampy
without
patch of
buffs
ground.
and just kind of see what sort
Muriel
of
quietly
damage I'm
beckons.
taking
The ward
on
fades,
normal and hard
and some of the unearthly
make sure I'm
mists
totally
part.
prepared for
You are now
Reaper.
able to enter the ruined village of Beres.
So, yeah, these are all these scarecrows are constructs. I don't think that they're evil, so I don't think Holy Retribution is going to be as big of a help here as it is in a lot of the other quests.
The nearby ward is disrupted. A section of mist fades, allowing you to explore further. With the magic of the ward gone, the nearby mists part. Faint cawing can be heard. A piece of parchment catches your eye.
These
in
guys
the
we have to be
ruins
careful
of
that
the
they do
southwest.
wisdom damage, so they can make you helpless. And this is the first Raven we need to let free.
The freed raven flies off. The ward's magic fades, allowing you to explore further into the village. Flapping wings and frantic caws can be heard from the ruined building to the northwest.
Raven number 2.
The raven caws in thanks as it flies away. With the ward disabled, the mists part, revealing the ruins of the manor. Sounds of weeping can be heard further into the ruins.
So I'm getting a little bit of lag here, but this is kind of, you know, once in a while I get this.
Cawing can be heard from a large
I don't know
clearing
what
past
this
the
is,
ruins of the
but
mansion.
it's usually pretty short. All right, so we have to, once we defeat all those scarecrows, then we beat Baleful.
The ward is dispelled and the nearby mists subside. You can now make out a large area of open swampland to the southwest. Perhaps Baba Lasaga's hut can be found there. Loud caws can be heard from both the southwest and the south.
And we don't need a shrine. I'm going to grab this chest.
A raven caws loudly, as if it's trying to get your attention. Several scarecrows guard the area. The creature drops a small key, giving access to the raven's cage. The grateful raven flies off. Far off in the distance, one of the wards protecting Baba Lasaga's hut
you just want to head
fades.
towards the hut, which is this direction. You see that little thing in the back there. And you want to be real careful here on Reaper. There's a lot of mobs left, right, everywhere, and we're sort of going in a very kind of linear, not linear, but kind of a very direct path. So if you need to retreat, you want to kind of go backwards, not sideways, because you'll just aggro a bunch of other mobs that way. Alright, dredges, and then there's that little tree on the island. You want to go just to the right of that, and then you want to aggro that mob to the left. So you want to go just kind of the right of that, maybe like, you know, one body length roughly. And then straight over to this camp here.
A nearby raven
You'll have to first get all the scarecrows before you can release the raven.
A metallic click can be heard from the raven's cage as the creature falls. You've deactivated a ward protecting Baba Lasaga's hut to the east.
Before we went just to the right of it, this time we're going to want to go just to the left of it.
The magic wards near Baba Lasaga's hut have all been removed.
There's a bunch of things on our left and right that we don't want to aggro.
Allowing you to enter the area.
And now we can go to the end fight.
A rank smell fills your nostrils as you enter the surprisingly spacious hut. A caged raven makes a commotion in the northeast corner. As the raven flies toward the exit, it says,
we have the objective to retrieve the gem.
Take the gem from the chest and flee. This hut is more dangerous than it appears. A deep groan reverberates from the floorboards as the gem is removed.
There's going to be a bunch of animated armor. It's going to, based on our health, so we're probably going to get it all in one shot here.
I'll have my revenge on you and those accursed birds. Just you wait! Shouts Baba Lasaga as she fades from view.
That's a pretty underwhelming ring for level 12. But 1,000 Omni Dust, spell dust, that's nice. I'm going to need to make sure I get that in the bank, though, because I think we're going to use that for spell casting otherwise. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and recall and get the end reward and go back in on hard. Nothing super interesting, and our guild's at 200, so can't use guild renown. Go ahead and retake the quest. And back in on hard now that we've unlocked it.
Giant bramble walls and dense banks of mist surround this swampy patch of ground. The ward fades, and some of the unearthly mists part. You are now able to enter the ruined village of Beres. The last scarecrow crumples, and the magic of the nearby ward is disrupted. A section of mist fades, allowing you to explore further. With the magic of the ward gone, the nearby mists part. Faint, a piece of parchment catches your eye in the ruins to the southwest.
I ignore those journals, that's just like optional. And there's Raven number 1.
The freed raven flies off. The ward's magic fades, allowing you to explore further into the village.
I just got a text from McDonald's that it's National Friday tomorrow. I didn't even know there was such a thing as National Friday. I'm talking about Fry, F-R-Y, day. A day to celebrate French fries.
Flapping wings and frantic caws can be heard from the ruined building to the northwest. The raven caws in thanks as it flies away.
That's
With
Raven
the
number
ward
2.
disabled, the mists part, revealing the ruins of the mansion. Sounds of weeping can be heard further into the ruins. Frantic cawing can be heard from a large clearing past the ruins of the mansion. The ward is dispelled and the nearby mists subside. You can now make out a large area of open swampland to the southwest. Perhaps Baba Lysaga's hut can be found there. Loud caws can be heard from both the southwest and the south. A raven caws loudly, as if it's trying to get your attention. Several scarecrows guard the area. The creature drops a small key, giving access to the raven's cage.
This is Raven number 3.
The grateful raven flies off.
And we're going to head in the
Far
direction
off
of
in
the
the
hut.
distance,
Off in
one
the
of the
distance.
wards protecting Baba Lysaga's hut fades. You've found what must be Baba Lysaga's hut. The magic mists that swirl around the raven
From here, just go around the hut. And you want to go just to the right of this tree, about one body length across this island if you want to avoid getting mobs to your left and right. There's a little bit of cushion there in both directions, but that'll just save you a lot of fights. You'll have just this fight. Sometimes if there's a Reaper, you'll have to do that fight anyway, so keep an eye out for Reapers and see if the mobs are active before rushing here on Reaper mode.
A metallic click can be heard from the raven's cage as the creature falls. You've deactivated a ward
and then we
protecting
go back.
Baba
We
Lysaga's
go the same
hut
way,
to the
except
east.
you know,
The raven you freed flaps its
same
wings
place.
and
It's just to
flies
our
off.
left this time.
The magic wards
Or
near
we're to
Baba
the left
Lysaga's
of the
hut
tree
have
this
all
time.
been removed. The ensorcelled mists lift, allowing you to enter the area.
Yeah, there's really no reason to shrine, so I'm just gonna go in. And then
A
release
rank smell
Raven
fills
number
your
5.
nostrils as you enter the surprisingly spacious hut. A caged raven makes a commotion in the northeast corner. As the raven flies toward the exit, it says, "Take the gem from the chest and flee. This hut is more dangerous than it appears." A deep groan reverberates from the floorboards as the gem is removed. Then a punched figure suddenly appears in the room. I'll have my revenge on you and those accursed shouts Babalasaga as she fades from view. The hut is eerily quiet once more.
I'm just gonna get out and get the end reward, and then that's gonna be it for this one. Nothing too interesting here. I guess I'll just grab something I can sell to a vendor, and that is Raven's Bane on normal and hard.